And good evening, Richie Taylor, NYPD Deputy Chief. And this is a great honor to have you here tonight.
It's my honor. Thank you.
Thank you so much for being here. I know this is a very special day today with the parade, and it is so important what we're doing here today, and especially this parade, which is, we are dealing with a lot of anti-Semitic in Israel and all around the world. And for us to have you here on this very important day and how busy you are, it's a very great honor for us.
Thank you. That's why just in my uniform, usually I would wear the dress uniform to come to a beautiful, prestigious event like this. But I'm in the short sleeve shirt because we're operating, with the parade today. But yes, thank you so much for the warm welcome and bow.
The Jewish world is so lucky, especially the ones living in the United States and New York, to have a Jewish chief in the NYPD. And as a proud Jewish man, I'm sure this affects a lot of your work. How does it challenge you? What's the challenges you're dealing with?
So it's a great question. And yes, we're living in tough times. Anti-Semitism is not new. Anti-Semitism has been around since the beginning of the Jewish nation, as we all know. But we're very fortunate, especially here in New York City, very fortunate to have a leader who is just on the stage, Mayor Eric Adams, on October 10th. Yeah. On October 10th, in the shadow of the United Nations, Mayor Eric Adams said it. He said, "We are not all right. We are not all right when we have hostages who have still not come home to their families. We are not all right." And the mayor said it. He said, "We need peace in the Middle East, and that peace starts with the release of the hostages." He was on the stage just before speaking about the same. A lot of people asked the mayor, a lot of people asked myself, just want to acknowledge the senior advisor to the mayor, Joel Eisdorfer, who's here. A lot of people have asked him. They said, "How could you hold this parade with everything going on, the protests, the discord?" They said, "How can you secure a parade and how can you hold a parade in New York City even after October 7th? And anyone who asked, "How can you hold that parade?" we answered, said, "How could we not? How could we not have the Jewish people come out and celebrate the only Jewish state in the world?" My own kids were here, marching in the parade proudly. I've marched in this parade when I was a young yeshiva student, when I was very young before bar mitzvah, and it's just beautiful. But to sum up and answer your question, we have a great leader in Mayor Eric Adams and his great staff and the great tone set to the police department. Police Commissioner Caban will also march in the parade. Deputy Commissioner Mark Stewart marched in the parade. So we have a tremendous leadership in the city, in the police department, which thank God we have that, especially now more than ever, we need it.
Thank you. And I'm sure this was a very hard mission for the NYPD to secure this event today because of all the anti-Semitism and all these people that are trying to harm the harmony of Jewish people. I want to ask you, what are the plans for the NYPD? How are you guys planning on fighting anti-Semitism?
It's a great question as well. Anti-Semitic attacks that we see are on the rise after October 7th. However, the vast majority of anti-Semitic attacks are not violent. They're graffiti, they are swastika, and they're generally done by either a person who's under 18, even under 17, or someone older who's emotionally unstable, is the vast majority. Now, that doesn't diminish it at all. If a person does a swastika, if a person does something to indicate that Jews are not welcome somewhere, it's hurtful to a Holocaust survivor, hurtful to anyone, even if someone's not Jewish. It should be hurtful. They say that an attack on one is an attack on all. But we're taking tremendous steps to combat anti-Semitism. One, with our youth, under the leadership of the mayor and the school chancellor, David Banks. The vast majority of public school students are either going to the Holocaust Museum right here in Lower Manhattan as part of their curriculum. I believe that's all 8th graders and many more thousands and thousands of students. In addition to that, the Jewish Children's Museum in Crown Heights, which was founded by Devorah Halberstam, whose son was killed on the Brooklyn Bridge in 1994 in the terrorist attack, Ari Halberstam. The same idea there, that classes and classes and tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands, of public school students going through these museums, seeing what it means to be Jewish and the challenges, and showing them that a swastika is not just fun and games to draw something, because that's the vast majority of people who do it. They just do it because they feel that it's cute. They don't really mean that harm by it, actually. They feel that they'll maybe get some attention by it, but they learn just the hurtful, detrimental signal that it sends. And hopefully with that teamwork, that unity, marching with black leaders, with Muslim leaders, going to the mosques, going to black churches, and working together, and the leadership there in the black community and the Muslim community and other communities in the city, that tone gets sent down to the kids in that area, to other people in that area, working together as one community. And that's what we're doing as much as we can from community affairs, from the Department of Education, and then above all, if someone does commit a hate crime, our NYPD Hate Crime Task Force investigates hate crimes and makes arrests on pretty much every hate crime committed in New York City. So that's how we're combating it.
That's amazing. I want to award you tonight. There's a very special award we want to give you. It's a shofar, which symbols unity and Judaism. And I think you've been fighting so much for the Jewish world, all around the world, and especially New York. And you deserve this award. Seriously, it's amazing for us to give it to you. We are honored by Sheva to give you this award, and maybe you want to call all your friends from the NYPD?
Absolutely, I'll call, we have, like I mentioned, we have the mayor, the senior advisor to the mayor, Joel Eisdorfer. We have the deputy chief of staff to the mayor, Menashe Shapiro. And we have your police officers here, NYPD Community Affairs, led by Lieutenant Anthony Miolin. I'll ask everyone to come up, because it's not just my award, it's the award from everyone's hard work. So thank you.